Well, hey friends, this is Jennifer, and this is the Jennifer Allwood Show, the podcast for women who want to find freedom in both their life and in their business. I own a multi-7-figure-a-year coaching business. I'm also a certified life coach. So I have the honor of helping thousands of women every single month make money in the online space and help them to get unstuck from whatever is holding them back, all without sacrificing their faith or their family. In this show, you're going to get the very best life and business advice, always with a healthy dose of Jesus. So buckle in, my friend. I'm so excited that you are here. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Good Ranchers. Go to goodranchers.com and use the code GEN30 to get $30 off your order of American-made meat for the month of May.
Well, hey, friends. Welcome back to the podcast. This is podcast episode number 359. We are switching up the podcast just a little bit. We've got Easton Allwood at the camera. I am back on the YouTubes. If you're watching me right now, you'll see I'm double fisting my drinks this morning. Got a coffee, got lemon water, got all the things. I'm ready to go. So what we're going to talk about today is how what got you here will get you there. That's a very popular saying in the business world. I was not the smart one that pointed that, but perhaps you've heard that before. So here's what I want to talk about today. I recently just came back from my Next Level Mastermind in Nashville. And whenever a group of us get together, whether it's face-to-face at the mastermind or even just in one of our coaching calls, there is never a shortage of frustrated business owners. And let me just also add in there, I myself am often a frustrated business owner. Okay, so there's no shame in that. But there's people who, they get discouraged and they get frustrated because things like social media maybe isn't working quite like it used to. People used to buy from your Etsy store and now sales have all but dried up. Maybe you used to be selling people into your membership and now all of a sudden, when it used to come as something that was pretty easy, you're now figuring out that you just have to work a lot harder at. And so the rub usually comes from the fact that you're trying to decide, what do I need to maybe just continue doing and press through? Or what do I need to shift on? And that's what I want to talk about today. Because sometimes the truth is you just need to press through. Sometimes you and I are the ones that have changed. Maybe we have quit doing the things that work. Maybe we have quit doing, a workshop before a launch. We've quit doing all of the talking about our offer. We've quit posting so much on social media. We're taking, weeks at a time off. And so sometimes it's not that we need to shift. We just need to get back to the things that work. But there are other times when we really do need to shift in our business. We do need to try to do something different because things, old things are no longer working. And sometimes if nothing changes, nothing changes. And so, good times to think about shifting and changing in your business are when your market changes. But when the economy changes. After 2020, I think all online businesses needed to shift and pivot. And so if you haven't shifted anything since 2020 and everything is still working brilliantly, keep going. But since 2020, you've noticed some things that used to be easier are now harder. If you've noticed where you used to have a lot of favor, now you're on the struggle bus, then those are areas where I really want you to look and see, what do I need to be shifting? I know for us, we shifted a lot in 2020. We have shifted in terms of, when people, they just need different things. Since 2020, I feel like people are a little more stressed out. They're a little shorter on time. So we're making some more offers in all of our things, in our course, the membership, trying to help people who are stressed for time be able to do things in a more timely manner. So sometimes you need to shift and pivot. Sometimes, though, it's just my mindset that needs to shift and pivot. So, there's a huge difference between strategy and mindset. And what I find so many business owners doing is they are chasing strategy. And they're thinking if they just learn from one more thing, that'll be the breakthrough. If they just figure out how to manage their time better and get a strategy for that, that will be when more things happen. They keep thinking that if they get just this secret that maybe they've been missing out on, that's who's going to unlock all the success of their business. And it's literally not true. Sometimes you just need to change your mind about how you're thinking about something, looking at something, or viewing something. And when we were at the Next Level Mastermind in Nashville a few weeks ago, I was telling a story to the women who were in my group. I was telling them that I have a dear, dear business buddy Her name's Adrienne Richardson. And so she owns Power Players Club. She is an incredible Facebook ads person. And her and my friend Carrie remind now, we are on a Voxer thread, and the three of us literally, we talk every single day. And by the way, if you don't have best business buddies, you are so missing out. Because these are the girls I go to when I'm frustrated, when I need to talk things out, when I need another perspective on something. Find best business buddies. It's a game changer for your business. So I'm talking to Adrienne because she's a Facebook ads person, and I'm telling her and expressing my frustration over the cost of Facebook ads. And I'm telling her that we recently had a launch, and she was asking about my numbers, and I was sharing my numbers. And so essentially, we were able to put $1 into the Facebook ad machine and get $5 back. So what that looks like is if you spend $1,000, you make $5,000. If you spend $10,000, you make $50,000. You spend $100,000, you make $500,000. And so then that's halfway where we were at. I was telling her, like, I was so frustrated because I can remember, like, back in the day. By the way, that makes me feel like a million years old. I feel like my father when I say that. But I can remember with Facebook ads, they worked so much differently than they do today. Targeting was easier. The cost was easier. We were able to do like ads and didn't just have to do ads when we were launching. Ads just worked. I was able to run my phone ads, 6 and 7 years ago. And so Adrienne and I are talking and I'm expressing my frustration. And she was like, Jen, like, you need to get both. She literally gave me what work. She's like, you are stuck in like 2019 and you're like, you haven't grown with what's happened in the market, what's happened in the industry. You're still thinking that you should be able to get the same results from your Facebook ads that you did in 2019. And you just can't. And she was like, where else on the planet can you put in $1 and get back $5? Where else can you do that? And she literally was like showing me that, Jen, you just are going to have to change how you're thinking about things in the marketplace because ads are not going back to how they used to be before 2020. And it was a peaceful conversation, by the way. We really likes to have their prayer, read them the right act. But there was also a heated conversation. I needed to hear from her that I needed to change my mind about my ads. But it was a really great conversation because it just gave me a completely different perspective. And so some of you need to do that same thing. You've got things that got you to where you are today, but they're no longer working. And you're really needing to shift either your strategy or you're needing to shift how you think about things. Because if you want different results, you're going to have to do different things. Remember, if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Friends, I know it's no secret that I am not the cook in the house. I am not the one that makes any of the food. I'm just not good at it. But recently, you might have seen on our Instagram stories, Jason was grilling steak and chicken and burgers all at once. And he usually does this every Sunday or Monday night for us. This way we have food that we can eat on all week. We're less tempted to go out. We're less tempted to eat things that are bad for us. It just helps us at the beginning of the week really set up for the week. So if you have not been to goodranchers.com yet, you need to go. This is trustworthy, 100% American-made meat ready for cooking for a week in advance, for your, grilling party, for your summer parties, whatever it is that you're about to have. And they have generously offered Gen30 as the code that you can use to get $30 off of any box of meat. So $30 off any box with my code Gen30. Go to goodranchers.com. That is Good Ranchers, American meat delivered right to your door.
And so if you're thinking about, okay, well, what kinds of changes do I maybe need to make? Well, perhaps you need to be looking at different technology. Maybe you are on a very antiquated email provider and you need to upgrade that. Maybe you need to really figure out how to do better blog posts if you're still blogging, send more newsletters, send more emails, do better social media posts. Maybe you need to actually try ChatGPT. Maybe you need to try having somebody assist you in your work. Maybe you need to work on your ad spend thinking. Maybe you've never run a Facebook ad before. Because see, the thing is, when it comes to Facebook ads, and this is something that I will forever say, business requires marketing. And back in the day, again, we used to work into the yellow pages. We used to take out big ads in magazines and things. People used to do commercials, they'd advertise the radio, and so it's interesting that people were okay with that spending, that's the way they spent their ad money. But then today in 2023, they don't want to spend money on Facebook ads. And I'm here to say, what's the difference? So if you don't have, any marketing dollars for ads and things, you need to get that. You really need to look at spending money on your first ads. Maybe you need to try out some of your social media trends. Maybe you're still not doing Reels. Maybe you're still hesitant to that. And you just need to actually try it. By the way, usually not nearly as difficult as what people think that it is. Maybe you need to adjust your course or your membership to what people are needing now. In our inner circle, I think it was in 2020, and we decided to add like a playbook for people where we were giving them social media prompts and ideas so they just didn't have to think as hard. Like, of your value, and often that will so help your sales problem. So if you need a change in your business, if you need a change in your time or finances, I would love to encourage you to stop messing around thinking that you can figure it all out for free. Quit thinking that you can just sign up for another free workshop and another free workshop, or watch another YouTube video or another podcast or whatever. Some of the strategy and the mindset help that you need, it's not going to come by doing it for free. And I will forever say that the law of reaping and sowing, that is just an undeniable thing in the kingdom of heaven. It just is. And some of you are wanting to really reap a harvest in your business, but you have yet to sow into the businesses of other people or sow into your own business so that a harvest can be on the other side of that. So a lot of you need to stop chasing strategy. You start working on your mindset. And some of you just need to literally try something you've never tried before. So if that's you, I'm going to tell you that I'm having a Level Up Bootcamp that is starting on May 17th. We're going through the 22nd, but you can sign up anytime. Join us anytime this week. You can go to jenniferallwood.com/levelup and sign up there. We're going to be talking about all of these topics. We're going to be talking about how, we are well into the year 2023. What are you going to do from here to the rest of the year to really level up in your business? So go to jenniferallwood.com/levelup. Join me there, and I'll see you soon.
Friend, thank you so much for listening to the podcast again this week. I'm so honored that you come back for every episode and that you share the Jennifer Allwood Show with your friends and family. Every time I see you guys post about it on Instagram or Facebook or something, it just makes me do a little happy. So thank you. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast if you never want to miss an episode. So you can go to Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or Spotify or any of the other podcasting places and subscribe each week so that every week you get the new episode when it releases. So just know that I love bringing you relevant content. I love bringing you great guests. And one of the ways you can help us here at Team Allwood is by leaving the podcast a review. So if you have just a second to do that, would you go over and leave a review for the Jennifer Allwood Show? Thank you again. You're amazing. I'm honored to be here. Until next week. Bye-bye.